kicking off to Creek Valley as Creek Valley won the toss, and an onside kick. Hodges muffed the ball, but then gets on it at the 30. And Creek Valley starts at their 31-yard line, moving from right to left as we view it, or south to north. As the Shadows are going to overtake the field, handoff goes to Ningen. Ningen off the right side has good this year, one of their leading rushers. In fact, the leading rusher with 919 yards coming in. Second down and 9. Here's the pitch back to Ningen. On third down and 9, first drive of the ball game from Hildreth. Calling for it is Hansen. He fakes. Roll out right side, hits Ningen, but it's down now and 6. And let's see what the Storm do here. They're going to go for it. Grabowski gets a snap, gets it back to Hansen. He runs around left side. And Creek Valley with 3 back of their 3 linemen, and it's hiked to number 3. Hansen turns, spins, throws right, left side, and brings up 2nd and 15 from the 32, just underway, opening drive of the game. Hike to Hansen, gives the inside handoff to Grabowski, picking his way upfield, gets good yardage. He's dragging to Ningen and Hansen, and now spread set employed. The hike it to Ningen, back to Hansen, so he's got the option. He's going to run, got a seam, there he goes, 15, 10, 5, he's going in! He's set to kick off the hold from Ningen, and it's on the way. It looks good, and it is good. Go! 33, Creek Valley on top, 8-0, 25-yard run by Hansen, and a kick by Grabowski. Here's Tyson finding his man wide open, and this game is going to get a lot closer in a hurry into the end to the house. And now the 2-point conversion try is up, and it just back to Hildreth on a beautiful late October early evening. A 6-man playoff game tied at 8 now as both teams score in the first possession. Kuchke taking back Grabowski at the 30. The 34-yard line. And they go spread, man in motion, Ningen, and Hansen gets a snap, gives it to Ningen. He eludes one would-be tackler, escapes at midfield, and 22. My adding was right. 7-yard behind the line. Here's the quick toss left side, and Hodges catches and goes up. Hodges leading receiver for the Storm. Here's the toss back to Ningen. He's bottled up, tries to get away, but Mike, just back to us. Thank you. Center over the ball, and wideouts both ways, and 3 behind the center. Grabowski goes in motion to the left. The hike to Ningen, back to Hansen, one pass option. And he turns the corner and gets hit, spun down to spread the Falcons. Here's the hike. Back to Ningen, back to Hansen, tosses left side and throws a bullet into the hands of Grabowski in their opening possession. Creek Valley trying to make it 2 for 2. Hike back to Hansen. Now back to Grabowski, run pass option. Thought about passing, now he tries to let Dykstra, the center, getting ready to hike it back unbalanced to the right. Hike it back to Ningen, back to Hansen, then to Ningen, turns the corner. We got linemen flanking the center. The official comes in and says, hold the ball. I think they want to make sure that the yard markers are set properly. And here we go. 1st and goal from the 13. Dykstra hikes it back. Quick handoff goes to Grabowski. He's got room up the middle, makes a tackle, and he'll get in! Here's the snap. Set down. The kick is blocked. All right, here comes a kickoff from Creek Valley. It's onside. Will it go 10? It will not. It will not make it 10 yards. That's a 7 is where the Falcons begin. And here's the pitch back to Jenkins. Eludes 1, eludes 2. A dive at the heels doesn't get him, and A.J. Jenkins takes another, and then a dive at his heels at about the 20. Couldn't get him, and he's in. Here's the kick. Wilcox-Hildreth takes the lead, 16-14. Gruel will pooch kick it, and it lands at 22. Oh, the kid running man slipped down, but he got back up. Quarterback is calling for Hanson. He gives it back to Dingen. No pass option. Dingen has Jenkins after him, gets rid of it completely. And they operate from their 3-yard line. And calling for Hanson with backs flanking him on both sides. Handoff goes to Dingen. Dingen gets to the no-show line, gets outside, and touches the ball. So from the 13-yard line, it is 2nd down and 17. And the hike to Hanson, gives it back to Dingen. Hanson provides a block. There's a flag. 2nd down and long. Way behind the sticks are the Storm from the 5. They toss in the end zone, and Hanson gets it back. And Cree Valley now with a 3rd and 20 from the 10. And the pitch from Dingen to Hanson. One pass option. He'll left to run with it. The dive gets away at the 20. 20 is out to the 20. Hanson has the option to kick. They look like they're going for it. Hike to Dingen, back to Hanson at the 15. He throws over the middle. Got Hodges up. From the 24, actually, the Storm. Here's the pass play left side, caught by Gruel. Gruel is dragged out. 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff, and now the 2nd down play. Jenkins will lose a tackle, lose another, and he steps into the end zone. Right upright, now good. So 6 more for the Falcons, and it's 22-14 Wilcox-Hildreth with 3:01 to go in the 1st. And we'll be back in 60 seconds. First, Jenkins 6, 2 scores for him. Okay.
Kicking out from Falcons, number 5, Sid Gruel. Back to the 3 for the Storm, number 3, Patrick Hanson.
And the Storm must set their linemen from the center, pitch it back. Hanson lines up with it for Grabowski, and 63 on 5 carries. Hike goes back to Hanson, now to Dingen. Dingen coming to the right side. He spurts loose inside the 30, the 25. 1st down. Storm trying to answer the score by the Falcons. Here it comes, back to Grabowski, pitches back to Hanson. Hanson gets a little block, but I'm afraid sun starts to set. The lights starting to take effect. And here's the pitch to Dingen, back to Hanson. He eludes one man, tosses for Dingen. He wasn't spread him out. Hodges to the right. Grabowski in the slot that way. Here's a quick out to Grabowski. Tries to get a block, and so now it's 2nd and about 31. Hike it back to Hanson. He hands it off to Dingen. Dingen going up the seam and gets 4. It's now 3rd down and long. Hike it back to Grabowski. Now to Hanson. Hanson being chased by Gruel. Reverses, spins around. Hanson's deep. Right in front of him, Dingen and Grabowski. One of them will get the hike. Dingen to Hanson. He's looking to pass. And he overthrows from their 32. And Ryerson back to Jenkins. Watch out. Jenkins with 52 yards and 4 carries. And now he calls it soon. He got the team. It's loose. Off to the races. Hodges chasing him, but he won't catch him. And in for 14. Here's the point after. Up. Back to us. Thank you. Short kick. is fielded and picked up by Ningen, runs it into second period in 1 minute here on 99.7. Moving from north to south. Hansen gets it, pitches to Grabowski, tries to get a block, but not much there. Quick offense here. The ball just inside the 30. Now it's third down and about 10. I get back to Hansen. He looks to pass. He's going over the middle, and he's got Hodges picked up at the 5-yard line. First and goal. Hansen under center. High set. He fakes, pitches back to Ningen, eludes one guy, but is going to get caught behind the line by another. Yard line, just into the second period, 30-14, Wilcox-Hildreth. Man in the slot right, Grabowski faking it, pitching to Ningen, and he uses his jets to get inside the pylon for the touchdown. Ningen will hold it, and the snap by Hodges down, and the kick is on the way. It is good. Hodges kicks it deep, and Coach Cooper, as the defensive players take their position. Here's the play from the 18. Ryerson pitches back to Jenkins. Starts left, first right, gets loose, he may go. Yep, nobody gonna get him. He goes into his track sprint and gets getting towards darkness, and the lights are having more effect. The pitch is coming to Tobias, and down the left side, gets away, and there's another penalty thrown. Tobias goes 7 minutes left in the first half. There's a turn to give it to Jenkins, has first down and more, step 2. Jenkins up 9 on 6 carries. Now, here's the play to Jenkins, back to Tobias, and he's got a man on him. He's trying to strip the ball to Grabowski, and it's 2nd and 23. Pitch it back to Jenkins, gets loose, one man to beat, and he jukes, stutter steps, and gets past Grabowski, and he'll go. Extra point attempt by Gruel, that one a score. Puts Wilcox-Hildreth at 38-22. And now the kick by Gruel is a bouncer inside the 30, and to be to believe, there's clouds above, but no threat of precipitation. And temperatures remain very mild for this time of year. Pitch is low, picked up by a new player, then pitch back to Hansen. Hansen got out of the tackle, now goes back to his right, eludes one man, passing it to Hansen. 2nd and 12 for the 33. Hike to Hansen, back to Ningen. He's looking downfield, and he goes short to midfield, complete. The reception by Grafe. And they hike it back to Hansen. He has to Grabowski. He's immediately hit, shrugs off that contact. So it is now 4th down and about 7, we'll say. Hike to Hansen, now to Ningen, sweeping, nothing doing. He's trying to get back, but Wilcox now takes over at the 36. Here's the pass by Tobias, and overshoots. 2nd down 15, toss to Jenkins, gets loose, off to the races and gone. Great Valley doesn't have anybody back. It's on just 8 carries. And a long one called back because of penalty too. To the late stages of the first half on the 25 of Wilcox-Hildreth, and Grabowski and Hansen in between. Hansen gets a pitch back, and he gets loose. 10, 5 from behind. Here in Hildreth, and cars, people all over the place. Here's the hike back to Hansen. Fake, spins around, and he gets rid of it right before he's going to get tackled, and gets it. Here it is. The hold's good. Grabowski's kick. He can be playing from behind all evening. 3-yard pass from Hansen to Grafe. Gets another TD on the board. Here's the bouncer by Hodges. loose, but Wilcox-Hildreth recovers. Wilcox-Hildreth from the 26. Pitch goes to Bison. He gets out of the tackle, attempt by Hanson, gets loose up the middle, and Mormon dives, doesn't get on to Bison. It'll go clear to the north end for a score for on to 10th point after Gruel. High snap, set down though. Gruel gets it through. Good job. Kick out by Wilcox-Hildreth. It dribbles in, essentially what offside penalties produce. Gruel ready to approach the ball. A lot of back and forth, the coaches and the refs here, but I think we're finally about to hear a whistle. All right, we're ready. And Gruel approaches and puts his right foot into it. Line drive picked out of the earth, 25 by Growalski. Up the middle of the field, he's to the 40, the 35, the 30. And took it to the 27 of Wilcox-Hildreth. So the Storm will answer in a hurry. Take care of, and we're resuming action, believe it or not. 27-yard line. Here's a pitch back to Ningen. Hanson leads the way with the block. Ningen coming back left side, breaks the tackle. That I remember. 2nd and 5 Storm under center comes Hanson. He's got Ningen about 7 yards deep. He pitches that way left side. And Hanson offers a block. Ningen cuts back at the 10, knocked down about the 8. Don't want to give Wilcox-Hildreth much time. Here's the hike back to Ningen, back to Hanson. Hanson's got the option. He's going to try to run and doesn't even make it back to the 10-yard line. They have 2nd and goal. And here comes the hike back to Ningen, back to Hanson. He throws, got a man in the end zone, but it is through the fingertip tonight on 99.7 and iHeartRadio. Pitch to Ningen, back to Hanson. Ningen provides a little block, but nowhere to go. It's now 4th down and goal from the 10. Hike to Grabowski, back to Hanson. He looks. He's going to run now. He's got a chance. Cut back and he's going to get in. Good job for running back. To attempt the 2-point kick. Off the hold from Hanson. Gets it down. Kick is blocked. No good. Here's the whistle, and now he'll come forward and put his foot into the kick stand. This one floating deep into the end zone. That's a good thing. When you got AJ. Offensive field day for both teams, especially Wilcox-Hildreth. Pitch back to Jenkins. He's upfield and way down. Okay, so following the Falcons timeout, 2nd and 5. Pitch it back to Jenkins. Cut back, gets over the field. Watch out. He's the midfield. He slips on up to another tackle. He's to the 30. And he's gone. He's gone. A.J. Jenkins scores another TD. 55 yards. And he's up to 237. Kick is up. And good. Game over Arthur County. Earlier today, Hyannis won their first round game over SEM. 70-30, so they advance to next Friday's 2nd round. Kick. Take your shots downfield. Back to Ningen, back to Hanson. Hanson, run pass option, comes to his right, got a man open, Grabowski, and boy, he might have gone. Spread set again, and the hike to Ningen, back to Hanson. Looking, and the pass, I think, down 3rd and 15 from the 26, with 11.7 ticks remaining. The lift to the leg produces Grabowski in motion, gets it, hands it back to Ningen, who slips a tackle. Flags are thrown. Ningen tackle back to 20. Okay. Could be the last play of the half now. The 2nd half. A.J. Jenkins stands at the 5 and awaits the kick. Hodges is awaiting a whistle so he can approach the ball. We have some fans that are crossing the field behind the end zone that they're waiting for them to get up. We'll get the 2nd half underway. Hodges does a short kick. It's loose, but recovered by Wilcox-Hildreth. Leading 62-36. They've got black outfits, white numerals, and a little bit of blue on their black helmets. Here's the pitch back, cutting back right side. There's another shot by Jenkins. He's going to outrun everyone for the score. So it goes to 68-36. On to attempt the two-pointer is Gruel. And the latest a 42-yarder, and he is on his way to a 300-yard plus game. Here's a short kick fielded by the game of the year. Won 3 in a row and played a tough schedule, and that's what got him into the 16-team field. Here's Hansen airing out for Hodges, and he reaches out his right hand, got second and 15 from the 30. Hansen calling for it, and jumping outside Garza. Second and 10 from the 35. Hansen calls for it. Backs on either side. Hansen's going to pitch to Grabowski. And Grabowski. It is now third down and 10 from the 35. Hansen gets it. Hands it off. Ningen thinks about bouncing it and it comes inside. And it's fourth down and 10. Snap to Grabowski. Pitch to Hansen. Hansen hit, spins, Hildreth. Back to Bynison. He dumps it off short, complete to Jenkins. Jenkins got blocking, and he will go in for the touchdown. Wilcox-Hildreth will try to add the conversion kick. Snap back, kick up by Gruel, and it's good. Here comes the kickoff from Wilcox-Hildreth. Lead comfortably now, 78-36. Short bouncer comes inside the 30 to 28. Here's a throwback by Grabowski on the right side of the field. Hits Ningen. Ningen gets slowed down and dropped at 30. Taking his helmet off. Storm start from the 24. Here is Ningen looking to pass. Airs it out down the middle of the field. And it's knocked away from Grabowski. And the Storm will snap it from midfield, first and 15. To Ningen, back to Hansen. He's got the option, and he slips through a tackler. Bynison gives chase. Ningen cuts it up, and 3 others. Sydney to bring you the action. Tune into 106.5. The Storm take on minutes here at 4 o'clock. If they win, they play South Platte at 7. Here's the end around, and way back. 10 yards behind the sticks. Third down now. Ningen and Grabowski wait to snap. He goes to Ningen, he fakes, rolls out. Hits Grabowski short, cuts him around 35, 40. Fourth and 11 from the 36 of the Falcons. Pitch back to Ningen, now to Hansen. He got a man after him, and he's going to have to dump it out short. And Grabowski just plain dropping the ball. And Bynison dances around, buys time, dumps it off short. And the catch is made, and running all the way for the score, he is Clayton. We'll have a visit with Coach Spady from Garden County. Possibly Coach Jorgensen from Paxton will call in. And we'll hear from Coach Cooper as well. Here's the kickoff being reached. Has basically done a roadrunner routine here in the second half and just ran ahead. Left him in the dust. Here's the pitch to Ningen. He's dragged down from behind. He's got 2 more years left. Hansen has a senior season ahead of him. Hansen under center, rolls back, in pressured. Buying some more time, goes back right, got Ningen open. Catch, the flag is thrown. Ningen catches, the whole field, crosses left, cuts upfield, breaks the tackle, and out of Gruel. 18, we'll call it. And getting the snap is Grabowski. He fakes. He's looking to pass. Got a man after him. Grabowski trying to buy some time. Steps out of a tackle. Moves to his right. Heaves it from the 30. Got an L on the sideline. Juggled, caught, but out of bounds by the time. And Creek Valley will snap from the 25. It is second down and 15. Late in the third quarter. To Grabowski. Pitches back to Hansen. And Hansen dropped after 3, but a flag is down. So the Storm now third down and 12 from the 22. Pitch to Grabowski, further back to Hansen. He airs it out, and that is way over for him. On now fourth down and long. Hike to Ningen, back to Hansen. Hansen looks downfield, and he fires it past his intended. It's not on change of possession, apparently. 1:20, yeah, no idea. And the pitch to Jenkins, bumps into his own guy, gets loose. It's not Jenkins, it is instead Tristan Nix. And Nix goes into trap mode, and he'll fly down the field and score. And they'll kick back to the Storm. Knaus kicks it short. Now they'll try it. No, Grabowski fakes the pass, keeps it, takes off 40, 35, 30. Here they go. 25, 20, cuts back. And Grabowski will get the snap, and he'll look to pass it and get it in for Frost. Over on AM 930 KOGA. Storm approached the ball, and getting his foot into it, Eli Schmidt, and Inter County and South Platte. That was a little higher scoring than this, but this not far behind. Wilcox-Hildreth now trying to third set, hand off to Nix. He gets loose, and there he goes. They're going to hit 100. Nix goes to the house, and Wilcox-Hildreth has reached 100. They don't second score. And they will take a knee on the conversion. Lucas Trujillo runs back from here. Late in the third.
That'll be the end of the third quarter.
Schmidt calls for it, gets it. He hikes it further back to Trujillo. Trujillo around right side, gets met dropped at to the 30. Will be me. Second and 7, and another new guy gets carried. Cordell 43 as we start the fourth. Eli Schmidt, the head of the triangle in the backfield, gets it, pitches to Trujillo. There was a little block for him. Trujillo cuts back, flag is thrown. Trujillo takes it down. Penalty backs him up 10. Storm will snap it at midfield. Third down and long. At 17, here's Schmidt faking, throwing left side, right of his man, complete to Toxtad. 12 to the 28. Fourth down and about 5. Here's the play. Pitch to Trujillo. 25, tackled about the 20. Hildreth. Never thought I'd say 100 for a football score. And here's the pitch left side, and it is on the upswing. Snap back to Schmidt. He backs up, got a rush on, gets rid of it, and it's going to be picked off. Intercepted by Chase Johnson. And Johnson, reserves out there now for Wilcox-Hildreth. Several clean jerseys. The new quarterback is Sheen. 20, second and long. Number 3, Aiden P. And third down and 15. Sheen, sophomore quarterback. Watching the back judge. Now he crouches under. Hands it off, and another loss. And getting in there again. High set. Toss it back to Peel. Peel going to his left. At their 23, here's a toss into the flat. Trujillo. So offsetting penalties. And no, they just called it on the defense. So 5-yarder, well, yeah, I think that's what they rolled. Now the handoff to Trujillo, and he gets the counting. 56 was the final on that one. Hyannis advances with a win earlier against SEM. Pitch back to Trujillo. Got a block. Gets loose. 40. Breaks the tackle. 35 and ridden out of bounds. Borkes in there. Snapper, a sophomore. Back to Trujillo. And he will flip it ahead and incomplete. Following timeout, the Storm snap from the 28 of Wilcox-Hildreth. Back to Trujillo. Back to Schmidt. He fires it left side complete. interception there, and now here's the run by Trujillo around the right end. Turns the corner, upfield. Here's the snap back to Schmidt, back to Trujillo. He's looking to pass, back to Schmidt, and Schmidt's going to get in. High formation, Schmidt takes it. He rolls back, looks to pass, got a man. It is caught. Of the McCool Junction Sterling game. Here is the kick by Rhett Dykstra. And it bounds inside the 20, inside the 15. In Kansas City, that's early kickoff, 11 a.m. game. And that can be heard on AM 930 as... Wait until the back judge counts it down for the final seconds, then take the snap. Here comes the Falcons. This time they're going to run a play. And then play with 20 seconds to go. They'll run it down as far as they can. I don't know if they can run it completely out as they snap it with about 10. And the knee. They're going to let it run out. I think Valley has a play around here. They stopped the clock at 2.9. Not that that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So loss of 2 and then last kneel down. Creek Valley has it at the 3-yard line. One more play. And here's the pitch to Trujillo. Dances and gets hit as he goes for the goal line, but he got across. 10. Final score, Wilcox-Hildreth 100 and Creek Valley 56. And we'll come back in a couple of minutes with a wrap-up after this on 99.7.